frame 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan breaking off, leading by 3 frames to 1. Ideally, not only would he like to win this match, but also as soon as possible take the least amount of time and energy. Try and save something for later on. As for this young man, just try and continue on. Try and forget the score, just break it down. Try and win this frame. Ronnie's standard of play has certainly increased the last few frames. It's going to be harder for him to get any sort of a chance. Been an anxious look to see, does this red pass between the brown and yellow to that left corner? Just about, I think. It's not one you want to be playing with great pace.
It's one of them you want to be right behind as well, isn't it? Only sort of half a pocket, I suppose. Probably flies in if you just hit the red into the bag, but the fact he's coming at it from such an angle, may not even go for it.
A nice little shot though, just leaving Ronnie one-sided. Is he tempted by this? That was very thin. Just shows the value of the little safety shot Bulcsu played. Just one-siding Ronnie. It's still unusual to see him going off. The opportunity there, Steve ball in hand from the in-off, maybe to play off the pack, play a thicker safety, a little bit conservative. Kind of felt he had the initiative in the little safety battle.
Yeah, and I think Revesz is probably too inexperienced to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan in a tactical exchange. I think play to his strengths when he gets in the balls, or if he gets in the balls. He looks much more of a fluent player and he looks a lot more comfortable, Bulcsu. So, and he's massively up against it already, isn't he? 3-1 down in a race to 5. Got to try and go out with a bang, I suppose. Because you just get the feeling that Ronnie's got his claws firmly into this match now. He's got Revesz bang up against the ropes. He's just going to bide his time, Ronnie. Wait for the chances to come along. And then he'll pounce.
Yeah, you feel it will take an extraordinary turnaround of events for Bulcsu to win this match. Either he plays exceptional, or Ronnie would need to badly drop his concentration. Difficult pot, certainly worth taking on. Maybe a little bit fortunate not to leave Ronnie on.
He's had a mini taste of success, Revesz, on the professional circuit. Played as a top-up for the UK Championship last season, 2023. Lost 6-3 to Hamid Mir, despite making his highest breakers, or in a professional event, 140. He also beat Sean O'Sullivan in round 1 of the World Championship qualifying, and it was quite an extraordinary comeback. 6-1 down, 8-5 down to beat him 10-8. There's obviously something there. It's just trying to bring it out when it matters most.
For the first time in a while, he's got a good scoring opportunity. Get a chance to see that fluency we've seen in the first frame.
1.
Desperate.
Okay, so in this video, we will try to create a parabola using...
Make it a really good opportunity. Yeah, we've seen his prowess with the left hand here. So, get a few steps ahead. If you could get a nice angle on the blue,
7.
drop down for that red below the black. Of course, if he's on the red nicely, you'd get on the black nicely. All dependent. Yeah,
8.
seems to have a nice angle here. Get on this red. Get on the black. If he's parallel with the black, looks a great pack to go into the
13.
disturb. They're quite loose. You feel sure if he has the right angle.
Now, if the black passes this red to right corner, which Bulcsu's just looking at now, he may be able to pot this red, land himself low on the black and have a free shot going into the reds again. We may not have the angle there to get low enough. Well, he's played a
30.
brilliant shot there to come twice across. That's a fantastically played positional shot from Bulcsu Revesz, and now he does have the chance to go into the pack again. Couldn't fail to be on this red.
Yeah. 37.
Good thinking and good execution from the previous red. And that round of applause and roar you can hear from the crowd is Sean Murphy over on table 4 must have left the taxi meter running. He's compiled a 5-0 victory over Jamie Clark in, well, pretty much an hour of live play. He's just completed his 3rd century in that match as well. 103, 76, 100, 84, and then looks to be a total clearance in the final frame. Sean Murphy
38.
picking up where he left off from Shanghai.
Yeah, fantastic. Have to spare a thought for Jamie Clark. It's a long way to go to play an hour of snook and only get 28 points. But yeah, Sean Murphy, after a poor season last year,
45.
was a lot more determined to put that right. Again, on song, he's beautiful to watch and also really hard to beat.
Well, just detected a heavy contact on that red to middle, and he's just lost the cue ball a touch. The red on the top cushion is a little bit of a hindrance as well. This black is quite thin now. May need to dig deep into the cue ball as well to avoid any contact to that red. Well, he couldn't avoid the contact, but he's dealt with it nicely. That's a brilliant pot from Bulcsu Revesz. Not fully aware of exactly where the balls were going to finish, but I think he'll
53.
take that.
Yeah, he's just checking there. You can see him nearly play a pretend shot. It wasn't so much could he reach, but also, even if he could reach, was he able to follow through? That's why he's just went down, got that little extension.
$54.
Again, because he had that little extension, didn't try and do too much with the cue ball, just very much potted. Felt sure it'd probably be on blue or pink. Failing that, probably the yellow, we're going to find out. Yeah, you can see he can't pot the pink, but looks like a natural angle to go into the green. Can he avoid it? Obviously felt he couldn't. Just make sure the pot and leave himself from distance. Certainly doesn't lack confidence backing himself to pot this.
$60.
And he's just looking for one good positional shot here from this red. Full focus on the pot. The cue ball is going to be travelling around the back of the black, possibly back out for blue. Good strike.
61.
Well, he needs it to pull up, and he needs it to pull up fast. It's just about ran awkward. He may can clip the green thin, but getting to his next red is going to be a mission. He still needs one more red.
Brown.
Choosing against it. Pushing the brown safe, trying to lay the cue ball onto the cushion.
Bulcsu Revesz, 61.
A little bit of insurance.
Got the slight double kiss there, Ronnie. So as a result, not only to bring the red out, white didn't get very far down the table. Just pot this red in any colour. Every chance to get a second frame on the board. And all things considered, you have to say this has been a very impressive performance from him. So inexperienced, particularly at this level. He certainly hasn't went into a shell.
Pink. $7.
Not sure Ronnie will come back to the table. He gets the snook, he probably won't.
Bulcsu Revesz, 7 and a frame.
Yes, a well-played frame. Ronnie Sullivan only leads 3-2.
Frame 6. Bulcsu Revesz to break.
So this young man will be feeling good about himself winning that frame. Reduced his arrears to 3-2. Still don't really feel it. He's going to go on and actually win the match. He's acquitted himself very well so far. Fluent, attractive player to watch around the table. And he looks comfortable out there. That's a crucial part of being a very top player in the big arena. Can you still play like you do in practice? A little bit of raggedness has just crept into Ronnie's game. A little bit frustrated. Maybe have to work a little bit harder than he would have liked or wanted. So getting a little bit irritated.
I think even though Bulcsu is behind in this match, he probably won't mind that, the way things have gone. Ronnie's not really blown anyone away with his performance yesterday or today. Bulcsu has just got to try and cling on to Ronnie, because he is making mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes. You know, it's a big day not just for the player, but for everyone else involved behind the scenes. This a huge occasion in what they're all hoping, I suppose, is a long, prosperous career for him. Family members, sponsors, the club he may practice at, friends, all the people that have been behind you to get you to this point. I'm sure he's got a lot of support back home.
9.
Now he's absolutely perfect on this blue. Pink being away from the pack means he can get right into the heart of this pack here. Plenty of pace. Yeah, that's nicely done. As long as the blue doesn't cover the red to corner, which I think it may do. Is he going to be on the one past the green?
14.
Hit the pack okay. They possibly didn't split as much as I thought. He's fine. Well, he was fine, and that's a really poor shot. To not get the cue ball beyond the baulk line there.
Brown.
Disappointing end to this break. Oh, and he's had a proper twitch up there. What a delicate little one. He was trying to get in behind the brown, get it tight, try and be too cute. What a mistake. He giggles, but he'll be absolutely sick.
Ironic smile. Yeah, an awful pity. He's compounded the error of not being on the colour, that little shot. Obviously, he was fearful of
1.
not leaving Ronnie this red, but he didn't have to be that precise. Any sort of a little glance on the brown. And just an awful pity, just starting to get into the game. Starting to maybe think, could he level the match? Again, this game, you just can't afford to switch off for a second. It's full concentration.
That's one of them where your heart just sinks as soon as the tip makes contact with the cue ball.
8.
And you're walking back to your seat telling yourself, why have I not just hit the brown there? You don't have to get as tight as you're trying to. Just make Ronnie hit a red. Sickener.
9.
Slightly awkward bridging there, but as usual, Ronnie, perfect on the blue. I think by far the most consistent
14.
player playing that shot just up to the blue. It seems like he's nearly always in
15.
perfect position. Other players tend to be short, straight more often, not him. It makes such a big difference in break building.
I remember listening to a comment the great Steve
22.
Davis made about getting top side of the blue. He said, if you simplify it, if you don't get top side of the blue, you've got to go 6 foot in and out of baulk, 6 foot back down the table. So you're covering 12 feet for the extra roll of a ball to get the right side of the blue. And when you put it like that, it makes you think, well, why do you not just always overhit that shot? You're always guaranteed to be on a baulk colour if not.
23.
But there you see again, that touch, that control to pretty much land it on a sixpence every time. It makes such a big difference to break building.
Yeah, I think it's the instructions you give to yourself. If you start saying to yourself, don't be short, don't be straight, it's like the brain doesn't understand the word don't. All it hears is short or straight.
28.
And again, you can also try and overcompensate. I'll definitely be on a ball colour. Whereas Ronnie just seems to know exactly where he wants the white. And
29.
he plays for it there and trusts himself to put it there. So if you said to most players to put it perfect, they would, but are they having that same clear instruction?
36.
When you're practicing as well and feeling pretty much 100% comfortable at the table, that shot is so basic to keep landing
37.
perfect. But to do that out in the arena and in the matches where there's a lot of pressure on any table in the arena, never mind table one, you've got to feel incredibly comfortable. This Ronnie O'Sullivan basically playing in his living room, isn't he? You know, this table one environment to him is just doesn't think anything of it anymore. He just plays the game. The shots just come so easy to him. The strike itself is just all there. And again, you see that shot coming across the face of the blue
45.
almost had to be inch perfect, and he is.
Yeah, when you try to be that specific, it sounds like you're making it more complicated, but you're actually making it easier because your brain has a clear instruction of exactly what you want to do. Just let you try and think about what you want to happen. Of course, you need that skill and touch to be able to capitalise on that thought process. That's such a key to why he's had so many centuries. More often than not, he is perfect on the black, or in this case, the blue. It makes break building so much easier.
And the best players in the world adapt
51.
very quickly to the conditions. No two tables play the same. You may think they all play the same, but the environment, the atmosphere can all play a part into how the tables and balls react. Ronnie, the best in the business at being able to detect the conditions and adapt accordingly.
Fifty-six. Fifty-seven.
As soon as we talk about his excellent cue ball control going up for the blue, that's twice he's been a bit short. And just check the scoreboard there. Putting this blue. Well, there's a terrible shot.
107, 57.
Careless in so
Revesz
many
5.
ways. Just took a liberty, didn't need to take. Trying to come off the jaw. Up off the high jaw, and as a result that'll bring it closer. But if he just puts the blue, he's 51 ahead. Yeah, he's right to be cross at himself. Very careless. Again, maybe if he was playing another player, it wouldn't have entered his mind, but in no circumstances was that the right shot. He got very close to the pot. That's why it stayed so close. And you can see it just looks like a slight swerve. Just to get, once he gets past the green, you feel definitely pot it.
One.
Again, a little bit careless again. Just took it for granted. I should pot the red. I'll definitely be on the colour. match score is a little bit different. Probably would have given that a little bit more care and attention.
I'm not sure
Yellow.
what he was queuing up for there. Still needs one colour. 43 points remaining on the table. You can see 42
7,
behind.
1.
Playing the correct shot there, trying to push a colour safe.
Foul. Ronnie of 7, 4.
So the safety option from Ronnie proved fruitful. Forced the mistake, got the penalty points, and now Bulcsu Revesz requires a snooker. Again, Ronnie there opting to play the shot left-handed for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Looks like Bulcsu's going to do the same. Big target in behind that black. Oh dear, that's a bad one.
Okay.
Yeah, gave Ronnie the
Frame
nod there because he
conceded.
knows Ronnie O'Sullivan has won that frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4 frames to 2.
Terracotta Warriors.
How's Aaron getting on?
Frame 7. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Nice warm applause from the crowd there for Bulcsu coming back into the arena. They've enjoyed watching him play. He's been entertaining. And even when he has made a couple of mistakes, he just laughed them off. These kind of occasions are nearly a treat or a bonus for him, really. Not for him to stay on the tour, like all young players, the hard work's going to be done in the qualifiers. Winning those first and second round matches and as many events as possible is what's really going to keep him on the tour. Certainly initially the first couple of years. You have a 2-year card. I think your first job or goal is to, after 2 years, still be on the tour. Then really start thinking about pushing up the rankings.
Yeah, and I listened to his interview he did with the media team at WST, and it was quite interesting to hear, and quite a mature approach to it, I suppose. He sort of said, you know, the first season is all about the improvement, getting used to conditions, and as you know, Fergal, that can take a lot of getting used to, can't it, these conditions? It's very, very difficult to replicate these anywhere else. The TV tables, the tournament tables, the qualifier tables even, they all seem to play very differently to what you can try and replicate on the practice table. If he can take as much from this season as possible, tee himself up nicely for the next campaign, he could do some damage.
Yeah, everything is new. As you said, everything is the first time. Just learn from it. Again, a young player, you can make a million mistakes. You just don't repeat them.
Yeah, and one other thing that stood out for me, actually, what he said is pretty much what you've just alluded to there. The fact he said that he can't really lose this season because even when he does lose, he's going to learn, and that's important. You can't be too disappointed with the losses that come, because they will come. As a snooker player, it's inevitable. You're going to lose more matches than you're going to win. That's just how it is. Until you get right to the top of the game, it's about what you take from those matches.
Yeah, it's important to keep a positive attitude.
6.
There's no such thing as failure, only feedback.
Seven.
Perfectly played. Played a shot like this in the last frame, played it very well. Yeah, just tried to line up perfectly. Good news, bad news.
Bulcsu, Revesz 7.
Missed the
请
blue.
不要随意走动，谢谢大家。
Somehow, despite that, managed to get away with it. And there's always that danger when you're playing that shot. You can get a little bit anxious, trying to worry about what kind of split you get, but the first priority
1.
has to be to pot the blue. The white ball will take care of itself. Turned out he had left Ronnie a little thin clip, which was able to pot, and obviously
Ronnie 7, 1.
in a world of trouble here. Just scanning the table, taking his time, rightly so. There's no obvious shot to try and hit a red and not leave another red on.
Yeah, because he's got to be absolutely spot on in laying up to a red here. He's in big trouble.
Foul and a miss.
It was a
Ronnie
good attempt, to be
7,
fair. Very difficult. A lovely shot there. Managed to bring the black into play. Made it look easy, that shot, but again, he'll be not quite anxious, but certainly keen to just get this frame and match one. We've seen the last frame or two just getting a little bit careless, losing a little bit of intensity he had at the start. To expect him here now to be fully focused. Could well be 5 or 6 minutes away from putting this match to bed. Unusual to see the spider being used with the extension on it, and obviously Ronnie with the extension on his cue. One of the very few players, Ronnie, that doesn't have the extension available to screw into the butt of the cue.
8.
So this is the old school push on.
9.
Still remember the old half butts. They weren't much fun.
But what a glorious chance this now for the Rocket to sign and seal this match at this visit.
16.
He's got the balls at his mercy now, black available into both corner pockets. When he came to the table,
17.
it didn't even look half a chance, and all of a sudden, 3 shots in, he's absolutely plumb. It'd be good for Revesz to
24.
watch this game back, just see a couple of moments throughout the game that he could potentially improve on. A few shot selections, a few
25.
shot executions. It's all a learning curve, as we keep mentioning. But it was going to always take something very special to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan in a major ranking event. It's very, very rare that Ronnie loses early on. It's been nearly 2 years
31.
since he was defeated in this round. Pretty much nailed on to go deep in
32.
events these days, picks and chooses. Absolutely loves playing in China as well, does Ronnie. Always treated so well, and rightly so.
39. 40. 47.
Yeah, he's just checking to see if he's touching ball with that red beside. If he is, he wouldn't be able to put the red to the left corner.
48.
It's been a very comfortable passage for Ronnie both days. To first play 2 young, inexperienced opponents. Next round we'll be playing Wan Sejun with a great win today against Neil Robertson.
53.
Neil Robertson's struggles continue. Would have been looking for a deep run in this
54.
tournament. Wasn't to be. So we'd expect Ronnie to have a sterner test tomorrow. Very good chance he's going to play
57.
tomorrow night as well, and that's an advantage, particularly in China. If you're playing at the same time, you can get into a bit of a routine, a pattern.
58.
Ideally, your sleeping pattern more than anything. You have to give credit to that young man there.
65.
He's put up a good performance. Still very young, very raw. But it's Ronnie O'Sullivan with that 5-2 win
65 and the match.
that goes through. Ronnie reception from the crowd, and it's Ronnie O'Sullivan into the
请大
last
家保
32.
持安静，旁边的比赛还在进行，谢谢大家。
Yeah, I think the referee just getting the crowd to calm down slightly. There's obviously other tables in play. We've seen two good matches today. Firstly, we've seen Graham Dott with a great win. Good to see him back in form. And then Ronnie O'Sullivan. Professional performance, you would have to say, to get the win to the next round. A lot of big hitters still in the tournament. As we reach midweek, it's setting up nicely. Yeah, so we've had a great day snooker from myself and Stephen. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.